Hello and welcome. Time for us to talk sports on GBC 24, Ghana's premier all news channel. Today, our focus is on the Greater Accra Rugby Association. No long ago, or less than 24 hours ago, a new blood was injected into the association. That is, an emergency congress was held, new leaders have been elected, and they are here to share with us the way forward for Greater Accra Rugby and what they intend doing for us in terms of raising the standards, because a lot is expected from Greater Accra being the hub, so that at the end of the day the national teams will be getting enough players. The national teams can have opportunities to get both ladies and men ready to face the rest of the world. I have three able gentlemen with me. I'm privileged, and so let me quickly introduce them, and then we run off with whatever we want to do here. To my immediate left is the new Greater Accra Rugby Association chairman stroke president, the one that he likes. He will tell me he is Abdul Aziz Isa. Welcome to our studio.
Thank you.
Next to him is the vice president. He's always keeping a smile. From Accra, you see him going to Bolga very, very soon. Don't worry. He has been roaming about in Ghana. Here's Mr. Emmanuel Owusu. Welcome.
Thank you.
And then to my extreme left, don't get it twisted. He's the same man you are seeing. Here's Mr. Omar Captan. He's the PRO for the Greater Accra Hockey Association slash the new face of rugby. He's also going to inject something. He's an actor anyway. He's a professional footballer, swimmer. You just name it. Even shooting I hear is also there too. Welcome to our studio.
Thank you very much.
Well, let me start off from the gentleman I defined. Let me just find out how he managed to get into this. Omar, just share with Ghanaians. Is it true that it's you, the actor, that we know on our screens? Is that you?
Yes, please. I've have loved sports from day one because my father is Samuel Captan, and he is the former chairman of Ghana Boxing Association. And for me, I've seen a lot of sportsmen come to the house, like with all respect, Hazuma Nelson. He's been coming to our house at Tesano then, training there and all that. And I love sports, but I love the physique part of sports where you have to use your strength. You get what I mean? Because I see them and I'm like, sometimes I even have to spar with some of them.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
because I'm like, I want it, but maybe my mom was like, you're too fine for boxing. But seriously, I still love the sports. So I'm like, okay, if not boxing, then let me fall back to something else that I can use my strength. But there should be some discipline. So I just fell back on rugby. That was in yesteryears. I said, oh, rugby is a nice game, but how do I get into rugby? Because rugby wasn't in Ghana. Then just some few years ago, I heard that rugby has landed, and with the support of people like them who have kept the fort, you understand me, and with the support of Mr. Herbert Mensah, you get what I mean? This sport has grown to this level. And just last year, I joined IDAS to start playing with them.
Wow.
Yes.
What an interesting story. Oh, okay. And so viewers, that's Omar Sherif Captain, the actor that we see. After acting, there is another thing he'll be doing. And he won't stop acting anyway, but he's just trying to tell you that there is more room there. I like the word discipline.
Yes.
Everybody associates rugby with some kind of connotations, but he's saying that there is more discipline in the game of rugby than you even imagine and expect. And so let's go back to the media center of the Accra Sports Stadium. Let viewers have a feel of it. Last night, maybe they didn't see, but GARA elections took place and new executives were born out. They have a 4-year mandate to transform rugby in the capital city of Ghana. That's Accra. And so their mandate and everything was spot out there for them, and we'll bring you a flashback of whatever transpired there. Let's stay glued and watch and come back.
Who are the
The Greater Accra Rugby Association on Tuesday, August 16th, organized an emergency congress at the media center of the Accra Sports Stadium. It was to elect new leaders to manage its affairs for the next 4 years. In attendance was the Greater Accra Regional Director of Sports, Jeffrey Owusu, the President of the Central and Western Region Rugby Association, James Nunu, and the General Secretary of St. West, Bismarck Amponsan. The occasion was used to adopt a new constitution for the regional association. The chairman for the occasion, Mr. James Nunu, after dissolving the old board, spelled out the rules for voting and introduced the candidates vying for the positions of the president, vice, general secretary, technical director, treasurer, public relations officer, and two executive members, with all positions except the president going unopposed. All eyes were on the two candidates vying for the presidency, Abdul Samed and Abdul Aziz Isa. After counting, Samed pulled 4 votes, with Abdul Aziz Isa pulling 9 votes. There was also a yes and no vote for the other individuals vying for the various offices. The Greater Accra Regional Director of Sports, Jeffrey Owusu, administered the oath of office.
I do here solemnly swear.
The chairman of GARA, Abdul Aziz Isa, in his acceptance speech, said his team will not disappoint.
There are 3 areas that we have to address. We have to aggressively seek sponsorship and other solutions. The development of schools and female rugby should also be given special attention. Club and player welfare and association with Grouper. We are all aware that without funding, nothing really works. I am quickly going to establish a task force to help in our fundraising activities. To this end, I am making a personal pledge of 5,000 cedis to be lodged into the GARA account.
The Greater Accra Regional Director of Sports, Jeffrey Owusu, urged the new leaders to be transparent.
You have to use this as an example for you to note that emergency congresses can be called. So it's not a matter of words, it's a matter of deed. You have to report your activities to us every time. It's important so that we'll know exactly how to also collaborate with you. It's important, the 2 words, collaboration and cooperation.
The following are the executives: President Abdulaziz Isa, Vice President Emmanuel Owusu, General Secretary Gifty Kukwa Agri, Technical Director Amuzulu Abdul Salim, Treasurer Neza El Ashka, PRO Omar Sharif Captan, and the 2 executive members, Michael Ako Wilson and Rafatu Inusa. Welcome back from the Accra Sports Stadium. That was a flashback. Now we go on to business. 4 years they've been given. Mr. President, how do you feel after your campaigning, your lobbying here and there? Yesterday you were given that mandate. You swore an oath that for the next 4 years, when you are called to wake up and talk rugby, you do. Sleep rugby, you do. You pledged. How do you feel now?
Well, as you just said, the Congress is over. We are now going to concentrate on the work that has to be done. We cannot do it alone. It's a sport that you need all the stakeholders' involvement before you can progress. So the campaigning, the Congress, everything has to be put aside now. Now we need all hands on deck so that we can really promote the game.
Okay, let me still stay with you. What do you see in the next 4 years? What sort of tax have you gotten yourself involved in? What sort of hurdle is this one? Is it that big? Is it just one of those things that you just get yourself in, broaden your CV, and then just 4 years you go? What sort of thing do you have?
Well, actually, it's not about broadening a CV, and we don't see this tax as a very small tax. We are actually taking this job very, very seriously. That is why we've managed to bring in a new team to work with. Well, rugby is not a small business. It's a very serious business. And being a very new sport in the eyes of most Ghanaians, we have to work very hard to promote it so that everybody get involved. We have outlined some areas that we are going to tackle. And one of it is funding, which is a very big problem when it comes to activities for lesser known sports in general. It is one of the reasons why the other board did not function properly, because you go out, you knock on doors, and you don't get the response. We are actually going to set up a task force to bring out programs that will be more creative in reaching out to corporate Ghana so that we can bring in the funding that we need. And we also place special emphasis on female rugby and the schools rugby. The female rugby was put to the back burner some years back, and Herbert Mensah, who is our president, actually took it upon himself to start to resuscitate that program. Now we have to get more involved in recruiting more females, and we can only do that through the schools, because rugby is a game that is good when you start very young, so that your body will get used to it. It's not getting involved very late actually doesn't help much.
It takes the joy away.
Yeah.
Because by the time you say Jack,
Yeah.
you're off the pick.
So
Okay.
we are actually paying special attention to schools.
Okay.
We are going to pursue an aggressive mobilization, going to the schools, trying to teach the coaches in the school so they can also impact their knowledge on the students or pupils. The last thing is also player welfare. Player welfare, because without the players in the class, we will not be in existence.
Okay.
So we are going to strengthen GRUPA, which is the Ghana Rugby Union Players Association, and the president is Ako Wilson. We are going to strengthen them so that we can listen to the concerns of the players, so that we can address them as we go forward.
Okay. I have the vice president also next to the president. Rugby is a decade and counting years old, which means that more than 10 years old since it started in Ghana in terms of being a professional sport. You've been there. You led Dansoman Hurricanes to win the first trophy. It's on record. You are now the vice president. What sort of demands are out there that you feel that you're getting involved in executives can help really solve or salvage that problem? What is it that you've seen? That is why you came on board.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Like how my president is saying, rugby out there is moving. Okay, it's moving. And me coming on board is to help make sure rugby's will develop in the schools. Okay, because we're supposed to look at the basics. Okay, and we can start these ones from the schools.
You want to go back to the catch them young
Exactly.
system.
Get them into rugby.
The rugby. So you go to all the schools.
All the schools. And what we are going to entreat, what we are going to do here is we are going to entreat the various clubs. Okay, at least we will appoint some players from the various clubs that we have to be going to the various schools that will be assigned to them. Okay, I think by doing that, the schools will develop an interest in this thing.
So I'm not cutting you, but it means that you guys will be collaborating with GS because they're in charge of the schools.
Exactly.
Because you have the extracurricular activities. They play football, they play other disciplines. So that they inculcate that one into the PE activities that they do. That's okay. Aside all that we do, we want to introduce sports. Is that what you guys want to do?
Yes.
With the whole lot of schools in Accra. That's your target for
Exactly.
the next 4 years. Wow.
Exactly.
Okay, tell me more.
Okay. And secondly, too, we are going to run a training programs for the teachers, the PE teachers at the various schools.
Okay.
I think with this training, we are going to impart the knowledge into them, and then they will add it to their training sections, the PE programs. Doing that, the little ones will adopt it, and then it will grow from there.
Okay, interesting. We'll come back to how you intend to do the manipulation. But Omar,
Yeah.
rugby was absent from the Olympics. Saw the reintroduction of rugby. Everybody is now talking about it, and people are now even scratching their heads. Ghana, can we even raise a team there? How does this new portfolio do to you in terms of looking at what Fiji did? And they just ended Rio. They shocked the whole world. The big guys were there, but Fiji that nobody knew just popped up, and then our Olympic champions.
Yeah.
Now Ghana is also coming up. We are in the whether nursery stage or we are now waking up, but we still have our challenges and our prospects.
Yeah.
Tell me, this new portfolio, what do you intend doing to really help Ghana rugby in whole, and specifically Greater Accra rugby to achieve which level, which height?
All right. There are two major things that we are targeting. First of all, how do people understand the game itself? You understand? Because I feel that if we do not understand the game and we do not accept the game, then what we are doing really wouldn't really get anywhere. You get what I mean? So we are putting our heads together to see how best we will not impose, I won't use the word impose,
Okay.
but we will let people know the sport,
Okay.
the game, the sport itself. So like they just said concerning the schools, okay? We are going to the grassroots.
So it's going to be something like an aggressive campaign.
Yes, campaign. Now, with the schools, you know, these little kids today, I have my little girl come to the house and she'll come up with a word that I do not even understand. I have to look through a dictionary. It tells you that they pick very fast. We are in an age where, I mean, they are fast thinkers. They are, you know, a lot of things have changed. You get what I mean? So if we take this to the schools, it will shock you that these children will now teach them when they are playing on the field of play. When their moms are there watching them play, they will go, I'm the right back, I'm the forward liner, I'm this, oh, that's a scrum, that's that. Then explaining to them so gradually, do you understand? Now the public, the people will understand the sport itself. And then we go there. Now, having said this, we are also in-house doing a lot of work concerning discipline. Because this sport, you understand, people say it's only riffraffs, people on the street who play this game because they see that they heckle them, they do this, so it's only you're gonna get hurt. But listen, it's a sport that the discipline is even much higher than any other sports. You get what I mean? So we are trying to teach our own sportsmen how to behave when they go outside the field. You got, so that when they get outside, they will comport themselves so that they won't point fingers at them. So that when we are branding you as a sports person, when it comes to rugby, when we are branding you and selling you outside to what do you call it, the sponsors and all that, they will now say, oh, this sports is very, I mean, people now understand the sport, and it's a sport that we have to watch, and in that light, we will go far as going to the Olympic Games.
Let me still stay with you.
Yeah.
You know, from where you are coming from,
Yeah.
everybody knows you on the screens, the Gollywoods, the whatever we call it, the stars. How do you intend helping by bringing on other stars to really appreciate the game and the way you want to sell it to Ghanaians? That in the next 4 years, when we talk about rugby, they should be rubbing shoulders with the likes of football, table tennis, whatever. How do you intend selling it to the other actors, the other celebrities in town to really buy into the idea that when you really want discipline when it comes to sports, you need to go to rugby? How do you intend?
Well, you see, like, I have volunteered myself to be part of the sports. Okay, so as being part of the sports, my friends, my colleagues are going to see it first, and then when we are organizing a program recently that is coming on a friendly with Togo, and we are going to invite the stars to be there, to be present. Okay, and then, you know, gradually, the more you see and the more you hear, it's knowledge. You're acquiring knowledge of the sport. So I believe that the more we see, and with the help of the media, the more they see this sport on TV and with the help of the social media, the more they see this, and the bloggers, the more they see this sport, it will shock you that the more we see it and hear it, it will go a long way for people to accept the sport, and it will just be like football. When there is a competition, it will shock you that the stadium is going to be full. You get what I mean? So this is something that we are putting our heads together on a round table, and then we will come out very soon, and I know that we will hit the nail right there on the head.
Okay, viewers, we are talking GARA, that's the Greater Accra Rugby Association. We've got new executives, and 3 of them are here. I have the president, Abdulaziz, I have the vice president, Emmanuel Rusu, and I have the PRO, that's Omar, Captan, the actor. Yes, he is the actor. They are all here, they've been sharing their thoughts with us. We'll be getting them again in the studios some other time, but because my time is running out, I just want them to just say a word to someone they feel has helped them. Let me start off by saying hi to the president of the Ghana Rugby Association, Mr. Herbert Mensah. I hear he's in town now, and he even sent some messages, congratulatory messages to the new executive. Mr. Mensah, we salute you. But again, guys, someone like Mr. Mensah, and we've seen what he just came in less than 4 years and is doing. What do you think you can do to complement his effort in 60 seconds? That's in the next 4 years. It will not be Herbert, but the grassroots will be working to allow what his vision that he has, that we will not be just affiliate members, but we will be real members of rugby, World International Rugby. What message are you giving him, the 3 of you, that he should rest on his oars? You guys will be taking the bull by the horn to do it. Let me start from you.
Okay, well, I mean, he's done a lot to help the rugby, and with what we are all seeing and enjoying today, and even having a body under him, it tells you that he's putting a lot of effort and a lot of work into this passion sport called rugby. And we have been elected, so we will never bring him down, because if we fail, that means we have failed him.
Okay.
You get what I mean? He's brought it to a certain level. We have to continue with what he has done.
So that is what you
That's
guys are going to
do.
Vice, one message to, I know the PR are speaking, but tell me something. What should Herbert be expecting from you guys?
Oh, we are going to really work hard. You know, Herbert do understand rugby.
Okay.
He's the pillar of rugby. We have encountered a lot of challenges at the time we started this whole thing. By the time we brought Herbert to board,
you've seen change?
Yes, a lot.
Okay.
A lot of change. And
so
the game too is going faster.
And so you are going to continue with the growth.
Exactly.
In Greater Accra,
Exactly.
so we can rest on his own.
Exactly.
President.
Yes, as for Herbert, I think it's a blessing to us, and
Okay.
we have to take advantage of the situation, and we must not disappoint him,
Yeah.
because he has the passion. That is why he's investing so much. The amount of money he has invested will surprise you if I mention. But he still loves it. But we have to also give him the support. Without him, I don't know where Robbie will be by this time.
Maybe
Maybe
as
it
the
will
president, you are also saying that you are going to help in the push.
we are definitely going to help. We are not going to disappoint at all.
Okay, viewers, that's been some executive members of the Greater Accra Hockey Rugby Association, I beg your pardon, and they've been telling us what they intend doing. We'll be getting them as and when. As for Omar, now that he's in the media, every day we'll get him when the need arises. And so we'll be right back. But remember, but GBC 24 always brings you the best, and so don't flip your channel, don't zip zap, just stay here. And Gifty is standing by to bring us more news from elsewhere across our shores, and also what is happening in the interlands. For now, we say bye for now. Bye for now.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.